In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a quick tour of JourneyLoop. I'm going to show you how it can help you find blind spots in your own coaching. I'll show you how it can support your day-to-day by giving you session preps and follow-up emails right when you need them. And I'm going to also show you how JourneyLoop can enable your clients to connect with your own coaching journey. Look, this is what you'll see when you go to journeyloop.ai, and in the top right, there's this login button. You'll see there's a coach login and a client login, and we'll click on the coach login. And this will bring you to the home screen. This is the account of our demo coach, Alex. On the right here, you see a few things that need his attention right now, and you'll see his upcoming sessions. Here in the center, you'll see some session preps from the last couple of days. This is where we always show the most relevant information that's important to you right now. And on the left side, you see the main menu. You can see Alex already has 3 clients and 10 sessions recorded. So first, let's take a look at what Alex's coaching looks like. Alex already has 10 sessions recorded. That's a lot of data. Instead of having you sift through all of it, what we do is we use AI to distill the insights from all of your sessions into a neat little story that helps you analyze your coaching. So let's take a look at what this means for Alex here. It says, trade advice for curiosity to strengthen Samantha's leadership. In that session with Samantha, you offered solutions early, then later you invited her decision. So you can see it already connects 2 moments from 2 different coaching sessions, which is amazing. So if you read this as Alex, you're like, offered solutions early. What does that mean? You don't have to trust us, but you can always verify by clicking on that specific moment, and we'll take you right to the part of the conversation of your coaching session that surfaced this insight. Let's take a look at what Alex said here. I think you were always that CTO. You just needed to give yourself permission to act like it. Before your next session, I'll send you a delegation framework that maps different types of decisions to delegation levels. Alex is doing the work for the client here, and that is exactly the insight that we're surfacing here. You offered to send her a framework and draft an email for her. While well-intentioned, this stepped into doing the work for her and subtly undermined the ownership she had just claimed. Very powerful. So we also say why this matters. We give you an alternative approach of how you might have done things differently. And we don't ask you to just trust us blindly. We always give you the opportunity to hone the system in on your personal style of coaching. The second part I want to show you is how JourneyLoop can support your coaching on a day-to-day basis. So let's go back to the home screen. You saw earlier, there's a session prep here from the last couple days. Now, when you connect your calendar, we know exactly when your next coaching session will be, and we connect it to the data that we already have about your clients in order to surface the most important information that you need to come prepared for your sessions right when you need it. So in the morning, we'll send you a session prep for every session that you have that day. For his client, David, we can see he made a commitment here last time. He said to schedule coffee chats with Sarah, Marcus, and Jen to reset expectations. On top of surfacing that commitment, we also give you some questions that you might ask. How did Sarah respond to clarified expectations on autonomy? This is very specific and very nuanced. So you can imagine if Alex brings these details into the next session, his client David will feel very seen and heard. Which brings me to the third part. We already looked at how a JourneyLoop can help you analyze your own coaching and how it supports you in your day-to-day work. So let's take a look at what the client side of things looks like by clicking on David's profile here. If you remember earlier, there were 2 login options, one for the coach and one for the client. You can invite your clients to use JourneyLoop, and they'll get access to what we call the client portal, where they have access to their own data. And we're making it really easy for you to also see what the client sees by giving you this orange button here on the right, which says Preview Portal. When you click on that, you'll see exactly what David would see if he logged into the client portal himself. So let's do that. David is presented with a box that says Your Journey Story. Every time we enter new data into the system, we recreate the story based on the new data so that it always stays up to date. It feels very personal and really invites him to reflect on his own coaching journey. Let's move over to the right here. You see that it says Your Action Items. Remember that commitment that we saw earlier in the session prep? That actually shows up as an action item for David on the client side so that he doesn't forget any commitments or action items that were talked about during the session, and you can easily refer back to them and check them off here in the client portal. And in order to make it a bit more personal, we surface these like really memorable quotes. So if you say something that feels really impactful or really powerful during the session, we will surface that right here together with the session summary and the opportunity to drill even deeper into the data. Let's sum up. All that our coach David did in the beginning was connect his calendar and allow our assistant to record his sessions. From there, everything happened fully automatically. He gets a fresh analysis of his own coaching style every time a new session happens. Right before every session, he'll get a session prep in his inbox right when he needs it. And on top of that, each of his clients gets their own personal client portal so they can stay connected with the coaching journey in between sessions.